Hello guys, and welcome to another edition of the Other Side of the Bridge football channel. Now it was a bumper week with the UEFA Champions League coming on to our screens. We had some exquisite matches, Liverpool, Inter Milan. We had the likes of Real Madrid, Stuttgart, which I thought was an epic match. One of the most beautiful first halves I've seen in football for quite a while. Madrid ran away with that 3-1. But we're not here to talk about the Champions League. Today we'll be reviewing, or previewing rather, the matches that will be coming up this weekend from the English Premier League. So do stay tuned. And I'll also have a request to make. Please, if you like the channel and choose to support us, please leave a like and most importantly, subscribe to our channel. Now, the first match we're going to be looking at in today's English Premier League matches is Chelsea going up against West Ham. Now, this is the West London derby, and it's going to be taking place in Stamford Bridge at 12:30 p.m. Now, Chelsea won their last match against Bournemouth 1-0, courtesy a goal by Christopher Nkunku, and West Ham unfortunately drew their match against Fulham, which was also another London derby. But Chelsea's match against West Ham is never really an easy ride. Yeah, we always come up top sometimes, but this match is going to be West Ham is not really doing too well, but hey, neither are Chelsea. But I think Chelsea will come up tops in this match, home advantage, and we seem to be neither here and there or there in terms of our form, but I think we just might have enough or do enough to slightly shade this match. So I will be going with Chelsea 2-0 win. Chelsea will be playing at home. I'll be going with a 2-0 prediction score. The likes of Enzo Fernandez seem to be back, and we might see him, feature in that team in place of Renato Vega. Also, probably Chilwell. Chilwell hasn't really had a kick of the ball, neither has he been loaned or sold. It's left to see whether he's still in the plans of the coach. But I think Chilwell is a very good player and should not just be relegated to the under-21s or the reserve team. I think Chilwell really still has a lot to offer in Chelsea, and since he's still in the squad, I think he should be utilized as much as possible. I'll be hoping to see Jadon Sancho. We had a lot of good reviews of Sancho in the last match, but personally, I think he should come off the bench again, probably maybe in the second half. And, still while he's still trying to get his feet in Chelsea, I don't want us to put too much pressure on him. So coming off the bench once again to, come in and make an impact on the team, I think will be very much welcome. And I think that's the direction the coach should actually go for. But in terms of the striking position, I think Nkunku should start in place of Nicholas Jackson. I think that's the better option for us right now. And Cole Palmer playing in the 10, but he should be a bit more forward thinking than dropping into the midfield, too deep into the midfield to get the ball. Like I said, a 2-0 win for Chelsea, and hopefully we come up tops. The second match we'll be looking at is Aston Villa taking on Wolves. And this match will be taking place in Aston Villa ground by 3 p.m. And Aston Villa, what can I say about Aston Villa? They've been astonishing this season. Won their last match against Everton. They were 2-0 down, and surprise, surprise, they came up 3-2 winners. A beautiful goal by John Durant once again. And, they won their match in the UEFA Champions League over the week. And look, Unai Emery is doing wonders with these boys. The likes of Oli Watkins seem to have, kicked off. John Durant coming off the bench, doing some great, beautiful things. The likes of Rodrigo, I mean, you can name it. This squad they're really, really ticking. They don't really have a standout star or a standout name. Yeah, you can say Oli Watkins, but he's not really in the league of best strikers in the world. So they have predominantly average players, but they really, really, really blended well as a team. And I think Aston Villa is going to run riot once again. They had a little bit of leaky defense, not a little bit anyway, but their defense seemed to be leaky, especially in the last match against Everton. But I think they'll be able to plug up those holes and come up victorious in this match. So I'm predicting a 3-1 win for Aston Villa. Wolves lost their last match to Newcastle 2-1. Wolves is a good team also, but I don't think they have enough to take on Aston Villa currently. Aston Villa seem to be the informed team at the moment. Aston Villa are in fifth. So there's a very, very big gulf between the two. I think Aston Villa will just nick this one. Now, the next match we'll be previewing is Fulham against Newcastle. And this will be taking place at the Craven Cottage, the home of the Fulham team, by 3 p.m. Fulham drew their last match against Westham, and Newcastle won against Wolves, like I said. It's going to be an interesting match, but I think our Eddie House boys seem to be, doing pretty well for themselves. They are in the top 5 of the table currently. And unfortunately, the likes of Isak got injured in the last match against Wolves. He came out at halftime. And also Callum Wilson is not fit enough to play this match. So that may be a turning point in the match for Fulham. If Isak is not on the pitch and also Callum Wilson is not there, that means they won't have a recognized striker. Fulham may have the upper hand in this one. So personally, I'll predict a draw. Adama Traore on the Fulham team is very unpredictable. He may choose to have a very, very brilliant match or an average match. But Fulham having the likes of Iwobi, having the likes of Traore. I'm really, really going to predict a draw for this match between the two. Isak not being on the team or being on the pitch. But if Isak is there, well, will he be fit enough to do what we know he's capable of? Is left to be seen. So a 2-2 draw in this match. Now the next match we're going to be previewing is Southampton taking on Ipswich. Now these are two teams that came, from the Championship this season, having been promoted from the Championship. And I think it's going to be a very good clash. Southampton hasn't gotten any win yet. Ipswich, they kind of did very well in their draw against Brighton. I'm not sure many expected for them to get a draw against such a very good team like Brighton. So playing against Southampton, who are really, 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 down on form currently. I think this is a chance for Ipswich to shine. Their coach, Mark Keran, this is an opportunity for them to, maybe put their mark down on the Premiership to let us know, look, they are not going anywhere. So I predict a win for Ipswich in this match, probably a 2-0 win. Now, Tottenham will be taking on Brentford in another match. This match is taking place in the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It's a London derby, another London derby by 3 p.m. Tottenham lost their last match against Arsenal, while Brentford also lost their last match against Manchester City. Now, they gave Manchester City a run for their money. They, played some very good progressive football. Same goes for Tottenham. So it's going to be a beautiful match to watch. I recommend, viewers tuning into this match. Two wonderful teams. The likes of Postecoglou, who plays very progressive football, and Thomas Frank also, his play seemed to have he has this variation in play now that he has lost Ivan Toney. They seem to be playing very, very good football recently. Between these two, I think Tottenham, have way, way better team, but Brentford is not one to lay down and, concede goals or lay down and accept the defeat. So it's going to be a beautiful match to look forward to. I predict a 1-1 draw. Tottenham sit in 13th place, while Brentford, surprisingly, are both Tottenham in 9th place. So it's going to be a beautiful clash. Do look out for it. Next match, Leicester City will be taking on Everton. Leicester City sit in 15th place in the table, while Everton sit in the bottom of the table at 20th place. Leicester drew their last match against Crystal Palace 2-2, while Everton lost to Aston Villa 3-2. I don't know. This Everton team seemed to be playing quite well. I really don't know. They seem to crumble when it matters most in the second half. In terms of goals, they're scoring goals, but they just can't seem to organize their back line very well. I mean, Sean Dyche is one, he plays a little bit of defensive, if I can say that. So he's one to organize, keep a very, very good defense line. So it's one part of his game that he really need, or one part of the team that he really needs to work on because, look, Everton cannot take this much of a beating. After going ahead, they seem to lose the matches, and it's not, doesn't bode well for them. They went 2-0 up against Bournemouth and lost that match 3-2. And the same happened against Aston Villa, went 3-0, 2-0 up, and they still lost 3-2. For Leicester City, what can I say? Leicester City, winning the championship and being promoted. So far, so good. They've been, average, but hey, Leicester City cannot be written off once you have Jamie Vardy on that team. So if Everton defense continues to be this shaky, it's going to be a field day for Vardy. So I'm going to predict a 2-1 win for Leicester City. Everton, still don't have that confidence yet, and they really, really need to build their confidence if they are going to stay up in the Premiership this season. Now, in our next match, Liverpool is going to be taking on Bournemouth. Liverpool will be playing at Anfield by 3 p.m. Liverpool, surprise, surprise, lost their last match to Nottingham Forest. It was a match that everyone expected Liverpool to walk over Nottingham Forest, but surprisingly, they lost that match. While Bournemouth lost their match against Chelsea at home 1-0. I think Liverpool is going to come out all guns blazing. Over the week, they won their match against AC Milan 3-1. Even after going a goal down, I mean, they could have won that match like 5-6-1, So this team is going to be, like an injured lion coming back to the Premier League and facing a team like Bournemouth. I mean, it's going to be a crazy match. So I expect Liverpool to win that match 4-0, like no pity. The likes of Salah, Luiz, Diogo Jota, Gravenberch. I mean, this team is quite stacked in that attacking line. And they're also doing some good things in defense with the likes of Konate and Van Dijk, getting that bond or having that defensive bond. Alisson seemed to be injured for this match. He sustained an injury in the last match. Will he be able to feature in this match? Is left to be seen. So that could also be an issue for Liverpool, but I think they have more than enough quality, to win this match. Also at Crystal Palace, they'll be taking on Manchester United, and Manchester United were 3-0 winners of Southampton in their last match. Crystal Palace ran away 2-2 draw with a 2-2 draw against Leicester City in their last match. This match will be difficult to call. What Manchester United team are we going to be expecting? They have this Jekyll and Hyde approach to games where you expect them to, lose. They kind of come out, all guns blazing and win. Their last match, they were superb. Are they going to be able to carry that out again in this match against Crystal Palace? Now, Crystal Palace have been, on a rise. We know what to expect from them. Defensively, they're sound. Attacking wise, the likes of Eberechi Eze has caused a lot of trouble for defenders. So it's going to be a little bit of a tough match for Manchester United to say they're going to walk over this match. Rasmus Hojlund is still injured. Rashford had a very good match last time out. Rashford doesn't seem to have that consistency in his gameplay. Garnacho, another good player, had a goal last match. But once again, it's the consistency that is really, really eating up Manchester United team. But they seem to have this solidity in their midfield currently with the PSG guy that just came in, and also Kobe Mainoo, having a suitable partner right now. The defense seems to be a little bit settled now that they have the lead in. They also have Maguire from the bench. I mean, it seems to be a very, very balanced team, and I've been expecting Manchester United to win this match slightly, maybe a 2-1 win. Now, on Sunday, Brighton will be taking on Nottingham Forest. Brighton currently sits at 6th place on the table, while Nottingham Forest sits at 7th place on the table. This match will be taking place 2 p.m. on Sunday. Brighton drew their last match against Ipswich Town, while Nottingham Forest surprisingly won against Liverpool. I think Nottingham Forest have more than enough quality to hold their own against anyone, talk less of Brighton. And Brighton have been fantastic this season. Unfortunately, they drew their last match, but notwithstanding, they've been on a rise for the past 2 seasons, and they held on to some of their key players, this time around. But yeah, unfortunately, they couldn't hold on to their coach, or rather, they sacked their coach. But the new coaches seem to be doing some great and wonderful things with this team. Yeah, João Pedro seemed to be rumored to be injured. He had a little bit of knock, either in training or in the last match. And he seemed to be the glue that makes that attack tick. But don't forget, they also still have Danny Welbeck, who also comes up with the goals once in a while. So it's going to be an interesting match. The likes of Callum Hudson-Odoi for Nottingham Forest, and Taiwo Awoniyi, in that strike position. He's been, carrying an injury of late, but I think he'll be fully fit to participate in this match. So it's going to be very interesting. Seeing these two very, very attack-minded teams come at each other, and it's been very, very difficult. It's going to be difficult to predict who comes out top in this match. So I'm just going to predict a 2-2 draw. In our final match for the weekend at the Etihad Stadium, it's Manchester City taking on Arsenal. This match will be played by 4:30 p.m. Manchester City already running away, with this league again this season. Can they be stopped by Arsenal? Can they be slowed down? I mean, that man, Erling Haaland, has been far from excellent. I think he has 9 goals in 4 appearances for City in the EPL alone. And that's crazy. I mean, this guy was born to score goals. He's a goal-scoring machine. If Arsenal are able to pin down Haaland, I think they have a chance of winning. Arsenal, who for the past 2 seasons seem to be the team that has been rivaling them. This is an opportunity for Mikel Arteta, to try and get one over his rival, Pep Guardiola. Yes, they may not be in the same level, but we all know that Arteta was a student of Guardiola, and yeah, it's still a student versus master kind of thing. But Arsenal really, really need this win. Not a draw, not a loss, but they really need to win to boost that confidence. They need that win, to stamp their authority on the league this season. Yes, they drew in the last match against Atlanta, 0-0 draw in the Champions League. But I think they need to refocus on this match against Manchester City. Manchester City are in first position and Arsenal are in second position, just a 2-point difference. So if Arsenal are able to win this match, they're going to go to the first position. Yes, it's still quite early days, but a win of this magnitude is going to be a real boost. It's going to be a real boost to the Arsenal team. Some injury news. I think Kevin De Bruyne seemed to be injured. He was injured in the last match, so he may not figure in this match. But the likes of Gundogan, who just came back in, can take his place, or Phil Foden. They have wonderful, wonderful players in that midfield, so it's not going to be an excuse. It's going to be a great match to watch. Manchester City versus Arsenal by 4:30 p.m. What's my prediction? I really, really, really want Arsenal to win this match, to be honest, to kind of slow down City. But hey, with that man, Haaland, is almost near impossible. So I'm predicting a 3-1 win for Manchester City. So that's all for the EPL preview. So I'll see you at the end of the matches. Probably on Monday, we will be coming up with a review of all the matches we just previewed. So do have a wonderful day. That's all from me. Please do like and subscribe to the channel. Have a good day.